Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to FinTech Close-Up Season 2. Yes. So, FinTech Close-Up is a series of events where we are inviting Baltic FinTech companies to share their experience. We are talking with their leadership teams to learn from them. And my name is Nauris Bloks. I'm FinTech Business Education Lead in Riga Business School, Baltic Finance Center. Today's event is a very special location, as we have organized it together with Sartup House and StartSchool, who are hosting us here today. So huge thank you to them. Before we jump into the agenda, we will have really short discussion, not discussion, but some experience sharing also from Sartup House and StartSchool. So I welcome on stage Santa Berziņa, representative of Sartup House. Hi, Santa. Nice to see you.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah. So can you tell us what the Sartup House is building here? What's happening here?
Startup House Riga is epicenter, startup community epicenter. And if you're not here, what are you still doing? You should be here. If you're building
They are here now, yes.
If you're building a startup, that's the place where you should be. There's 4 floors. On 4th, we have StartSchool. Jānis will tell more. 3rd floor is for co-working space for people that are starting to build their startups or small teams. And 2nd floor is for the bigger offices, for the ones who can afford it and who need it and who have bigger teams. 1st floor is for the events here. And just recently, last week we opened another house that used to be Printify house.
So you are expanding.
So we're expanding.
Right. So if there is startup, so what they should do? They should just come here and say, I want to live here?
Exactly. Not to live. We don't have
Startups
showers.
usually live in the workplace. Yeah,
That's true. That's true. Yeah. This is the place. It's open 24/7. It's always talks happening, mostly in the kitchen. People are meeting in the kitchen, saying like, "Hey, Nauris, do you know this or that, or how I should do this, or front end or back end, or like many things." And the kitchen is the place where it's happening. The second most common place is this place, where during one month we have 20 to 30 events and more than 1,000 people go in and out here.
Okay, so it's almost every day something is happening here. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Santa, for a brief introduction with
you.
Startup House. Thank you. So let's hear from one of the inhabitants here, the StartSchool, and let's hear what they are doing here. So Jānis Līcis from StartSchool, campus manager. So let's hear from him. All right, Jānis, tell what is the StartSchool, what you are doing here.
Okay, good question. StartSchool is a tech education program where we are educating next tech leaders in Latvia by providing them practical, hands-on learning experience, focusing on two directions. So the first one is the tech direction. We teach how to code, so learn how to, like the coding part, so programming. Also, we are touching upon different kind of AI tools, no-code tools, low-code tools that will help them to build digital solutions. And the second direction is the entrepreneurship, so how to validate if that idea is feasible, how to enter the market with your already solution when you have launched it, and also how to get your first users and, in the best case scenario, paying customers by the end of the program.
Great. How many students have already passed through this course?
Okay. Last August, we launched our first ever program. We started with 100 students. 77 of them graduated. They built 24 teams. At least 11 of them are continuing the developing process, and 6 of them are generating revenue by now.
Nice. Can you tell us maybe what were the projects that they created here? So what was launched?
Good question. Different kind of ideas. The 6 that are generating revenue, so one of them is like legal tech. It's a Māra company. They recently launched their product in the market. Maybe you have read it in a news article. So they built a product where you can take care of different kind of legal stuff before you pass away. So your, how to say?
Get your affairs in order, yeah?
Exactly.
Oh.
So everything's in order and everything is taken care of before you pass away. So all your relatives are on board of everything. So yeah, that's one of them. So I don't know, just rest
I
of the
guess
ideas.
one is good enough, yeah. So there is
Yeah.
like 6 already generating revenue, so it's a good outcome from the like one cohort of students. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So that's one of the success KPIs that we are measuring. The second one is actually how many people are entering the IT market after they graduate the program. So 77 were graduated, and right now, even September has not ended. We have 18 students hired in tech industry, like tech companies already.
Okay. So if someone wants to be part of this, so what they can do, they have to sign up somewhere, or how it's happening?
Yeah, the first thing you need to do is you need to have ambition and like understand
That we
it.
have in the room, that I know.
All right. The second thing it will be you need to understand it will be super difficult. Is it like hardcore 12 months full-time
Can we
commitment?
use AI?
For understanding the code, yes. To copy paste the code, no. So you will not learn the coding part. But overall, yeah, you need to be dedicated. You need to check out our webpage, StartSchool.org. You can check out different kind of programs. We have a full stack course. Also, we have AI direction where you can learn different kind of AI related courses. And you need to apply. Right now, the next batch will start. Applications will start in spring, but by the end of September, you can apply for part-time studies that you can combine with your studies in university, for example, or daily job.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jānis, for sharing this information. Hope someone maybe will participate in this program as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations on the kickoff of the new season.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Okay, great. So we have get to know our hosts today. We have heard from habitants who are living here in Sartup House. Now let's welcome our special guest today. Let's welcome Head of Marketing from Paynt, Jānis Līcis. So let's hear about Paynt, which is Latvian local startup, right? But before we jump into the
not like a startup, but
no, yeah, it's already a major company, I agree. But before we jump into the Paynt story, maybe you can tell about yourself. So what you have studied, what you have been early in the career. So just because students want to know, okay, how I can get to where Jānis is, yeah. So how you went, what is your journey to there?
So Jānis from Paynt, like all my life being in marketing, but the journey started like since very bottom. My first job was merchandiser in Coca-Cola. So it's like very basic of basement of the marketing. Studies bachelor degree on political science and Master of Business Administration.
Very useful for marketing.
It works like both these things works very well. Yeah, political science, it gives you good opportunity talk even when you don't know what to talk, and yes, business of Master of Business Administration, it's kind of real deal. Yep. So that's my story. Then I spent almost all my life in international advertising agencies, and somehow I was passing by all the time the finance industry, and it landed me in a banking and now in a payment industry, which is Paynt. And Paynt stands for payments as you need them.
So it's not pay not, yeah.
No, it's not pay and T or anything else. It's Paynt. Yeah.
All right. How you get till Paynt? Yeah. So what was your like entry there? So how you got to this job?
Paynt kind of, not like they approached me, but that there was a chance the guys were looking for a marketing director because they were opening quite new industry with their activities. It was hospitality industry, and they didn't have much of a knowledge in that direction, but me neither. But as like having quite a big background in advertising agencies and being able to work in different directions, it kind of helped me right away to jump in and start to deliver. Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about Paynt. So I have seen this like logo on the building, but that's something that I have heard about the Paynt. So what is the business model of Paynt? What you guys are doing? What you're building?
Anybody have heard about the Paynt except Evita?
Anyone? Okay, few hands.
Few hands. Oh, thanks. Yes. So basically, Paynt itself, our core business is payments and everything around the payments. We call ourselves as omni-channel payment provider, and basically we're covering both directions: POS payments, which is like point of sales payments, and e-commerce all together. And if you're merchant processing both, like doing like direct sales in retail, and you have a web shop, online shop as well, we are covering both these needs, and you can see everything in one. We call it Paynt portal, where you see all the real life transactions and all the analytics, what's going on in your business.
Okay, but there are a lot of like payment processors, payment acquirers, and so on. So what makes you unique? Why you have been able to expand? And actually, in which countries you are operating? So because this is not something that is local only, or actually local is not even the story for you.
Yeah, it's basically not created for like local industry, but we are processing here very well in Latvia as well. But like a couple of years ago, when I joined Paynt, we started to focus on some more business industries. I would say we started to create added value products, which is not like simple payment products, payment solutions, but like added value, where one of these examples is our tipping solution, digital tips, where you can pay the bill, leave the tip, and we do the split and basically replicate the cash movement in hospitality industry. It's like when you pay the bill and leave the tip on a machine, we do the split, so the tip goes directly from the machine to the staff member's bank account. It's not touching the business, it don't go through the business and replicates the cash movement.
So and this is required for which countries? So it works everywhere in all the regions, or you are concentrating in which countries to provide?
Yes, currently we're working in Baltic, like directly in the Baltic states and UK and Ireland. And UK, Ireland, they have special tipping laws that says that 100% tips should be received by the staff members. Business can't take anything out. Tips are earned by staff and it should be delivered by staff. So right away we catch the idea, and of course the UK and Ireland is our biggest markets. We created the product that replicates this move.
Okay, but then can you explain a bit more in details how this is happening? Because you cannot go through the employer then to actually give these tips, but you have to transfer somehow it to the employee's account right away. Yeah. So how this technically?
That's where we as a payment processors were benefiting, and we have this ability to do this split, because basically we create from one transaction, we create two transactions where bill goes to the bank account of business and tip goes directly to the staff members' bank accounts. And yeah, basically it's win-win, because business don't need to figure out how to deal with tips, how to deliver them to the staff, but it's basically solved by this kind of simple solution.
Okay, so in this scenario, you are also taking care of all the taxing and all that part as well, so it's legally up, or employees have to take care of that.
So basically, the solution, of course, is legally compliant, and in Latvia, since August 1, we are deducting just the income tax, because this movement or tips are covered just by income tax in our case, and we are deducting income tax and delivering it to state tax authorities of Latvia. In other countries, there's different systems. There's TRONC systems in UK where the tips are going through the special TRONC system where taxes are deducted. It depends. Basically, when we are opening the new markets, we are doing the legal research at first, then kind of overall market research, what's going on with fees and et cetera, and then just when we are sure that we can come in, we are going in. Our next ones is Austria, And of course, we are looking for Germany as well. I'm traveling tomorrow to Germany to kind of see what's
Try to
going
sell
on
them.
on site. Yeah, try to leave the tip somewhere.
Okay, so what are the main pain points? Why you see that this is a unique perspective or value proposition from your perspective? What pain points are you solving with this?
Oh, like load of them. I mean, we are removing any problems for like a business on tips. Nothing. Business
So
don't
business
touch the
doesn't
tips.
care it, yeah. So business
Yeah,
is just doing
absolutely.
receiving their bills and transactions, and they don't
Yes,
care about
yes,
tipping part.
and they don't even see what's going on with their tips, with the staff, their staff tips, and due to easy flow or ease of how you can leave the tip, you can earn like 3 times more tips using our solution, and it's kind of proved by numbers. We see it.
Okay, has anyone used this kind of tipping mechanism here in Latvia that you can add these 10%? Okay.
I'd say in Latvia we have like 40% of the market in 1 year with our solution due to basically we earn with a small fee we are putting on top of the tip. When you choose the 10%, we are adding small fee that covers this tip transaction. And we are overtaking the merchant's payment processing as well. So it kind of, because we are earning on both these positions, we have ability to go quite confidently with good fees to the business and 3 times more tips for a staff. So it's kind of win-win. Plus we are adding the income tax on all this story, and the state authorities are happy with our solution as well, because we double proved everything with Ministry of Finance, with our tax authorities, and we're happy to kind of put from gray area tips, basically uncontrolled cash tips. It's part of the gray economy. And basically what we do, we are taking out from one element from gray economy, and due to this easy flow or easy way how to get these tips from the customers, we are tripling the tips for staff, and they don't feel any pain to pay the income tax on top of it.
Okay, sounds like, yeah, several pain points from not only business perspective, but also from employee perspective and also from government perspective. So that's quite cool that you are covering a lot of pain points, as you mentioned.
Yep.
But let's talk numbers. So you are operating in Ireland, UK, and Baltics, right? So those are like your countries, right?
Yes, they are at the moment key markets, but new will come as well. It's like Austria, Germany, as I mentioned, Italy have partners, and basically the new expansion plans is using partners, local partners, to resell our solution, because it's quite a work to be directly to deliver everything from A to Z, and it's quite a
Okay, how much in payment volumes you are processing?
Overall, last year it was in Europe. We are processing in Europe Union and Canada and US as well. And in Europe, it was around 1 billion euro. Overall
Annually,
processing, yeah.
Okay, 1 billion. That's significant
Together
number.
with, we just recently finished the acquisition of Canadian Gateway, and it gives us ability to, basically we are overtaking their portfolio as well, and altogether it will be like around 3 billion euros.
Okay, how many merchants do you have in portfolio who are using your solution?
Oof. I'm currently like talking about the overall payment numbers, but
Approximately, just to understand the scale of your business.
can't tell any. Overall, I would say like for example, for Latvia numbers, I was just checking, it's around 150 venues currently using, and it's starting from like Michelin restaurants and ending with like pubs and cafes and coffee shops.
Okay, and how many employees like receiving tips through your solution?
It's like more than 10,000 overall.
So it's already
in all
widespread.
markets, yeah. So we have quite a community, and when we are like working in social media as well, then LinkedIn will be the Paynt's corporate account, but TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, it's like where we are talking not only with the business owners, but learn, teach our community how to work, how to politely ask for a tip, how to encourage them to ask for a tip, and et cetera, et cetera. So quite an educational work through the fun.
Okay. How many offices and employees do you have?
Now that Canada, US offices are opened, it's like 175 employees around the world, but Riga office, it's 80, yeah, 80 employees. And Riga is operational office and the heart of this company.
Okay, but how it's originated, the Paynt company as such, because you are operating in Ireland, UK, that's not a typical start for the Latvian company, yeah? So maybe you can go back, so how it was founded, who is the founder?
Yeah, founder is Sam Coley. He's Irish-born, spent his life in UK mostly. That's why our key markets are, of course, UK and Ireland. And initially, the Riga was like a good basement with bright minds and good devs and awesome place to start the business.
He came here and started to live here, and then he founded the
Yes.
company here. Yeah.
Basically, he bought the company and then he moved to Riga and he lives here. Yeah.
Okay, so it's and then he started to build also the team in Latvia, or it was already
Yes,
here.
No. He started to build, like it was a small team and started to grow. And basically, the super quick growth we had by introducing the tipping solution. It was like, don't know, more than 56, 70, even more employees joined since we are delivering this tipping solution, because we have support teams, we have sales teams, direct sales teams, we have account managers, retention managers, and quite a work to deliver the product directly. Not talking about the development and all the dev teams, which are like basically here in Riga, but some small teams are around Europe as well.
Okay. So let's pause here, and maybe audience has some question. Who wants to ask something about the Paynt or payments?
I guess my question would be about the license. You mentioned that you have a
Yes.
Lithuanian license.
We currently, it's due to that basically Sam bought the Lithuanian company with Lithuania EMI license. It was just a quick way how to enter the Baltics. And as well, some historical lesson was that Lithuania was very successful to attracting the European or almost all the international fintechs, and it was like in that moment definitely the capital of fintech in Baltic. So it's very common to have a Lithuanian license because Lithuanian authorities easily speak English, accepting the documents and are very open to deal with international business. And if you remember, there was in history such a moment as Brexit. And
Have heard about it, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of UK fintechs was leaving UK and looking for a place to land. And in that moment, Latvia and Estonia as well were fighting the money wall issues. And Lithuanians were having open arms to land all the business in Lithuania. So that's why kind of fintech industry is very well developed in Lithuania. But as we know recently, we have our Latvian fintech strategy, and our authorities are heavily working on trying to attract or issue EMI licenses, not EMI, overall, different licensing.
Okay, thank you. Any other question? Yeah, there is more questions here and there.
Yep.
Sorry, yeah.
We hear.
I have a question regarding the taxes, because it was really interesting that Nauris mentioned as well.
Yeah.
And do the hospitality workers need a special tax code or something like we have like self-employed employees, like for example in Latvia, that you have a special tax regime. Do they need something like that, or?
Basically, legally, what we delivered here with this kind of flow, it's we are calling it as a present or gratuity. And me as a private person, I'm sending you 10 euros as a private person. That flow we're delivering. And when you are receiving the gratuity, you are just declaring it, and it's covered just by income tax. So there was no need for some special like tax regime or something around it. Of course, we can afterwards, when we are delivering as more and more incoming taxes, we can talk with authorities how to reduce or have some special rate on that case, but it's a long talk. But still, let's say hospitality industry is heavily fighting or trying to have reduced VAT, and our solution that brings new incoming taxes in a country, it kind of compensates this VAT reduction. So hospitality industry treat us very well, because it's one more argument where hospitality industry is delivering taxes and would be happy to have a reduced one, with at least with VAT.
Okay, that's a
Latvia story,
a great question, because this seems like a really interesting approach how to solve this. So how easy it was to actually get approval on something like this? Because I imagine you go to the state revenue service, you'd say, hey, we will bring some gifting legal or something like that. So how that went? And how long?
Yeah, basically we when we started, we were using the third-party tax consultants kind of view on our solution, where we are kind of proving that tips are going directly from the machine, not touching the business accounts, directly from the machine to the employee, to the staff member, and that this simple flow is like a transaction between two private persons. And in that case, we see that it covers this regime, tax regime. And of course, there was like a load of presentations and meetings with the Ministry of Finance, with state authority services and departments. But I wouldn't say it was like super hard work to prove the concept and sell idea that the state will start to receive the new income tax revenue.
So it wasn't super long process, yeah? So
it was
in months you
around a year, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still.
But we were like confident enough to have this our tax consultant view on this situation. So we're selling our product, and in parallel we were explaining it to authorities that it's kind of correct way how we see that. And at the moment we added this tax payment, like we right away become a friends of the state.
The new income stream is always welcome.
Absolutely, yes.
All right. Follow-up question.
Do
Yeah.
you have the same approach in UK and Ireland?
Yes. There's
Okay.
different tax versions. I mean, how the taxes are created, calculated, and delivered, but the principle is absolutely the same. Yes.
Okay. One more question there, and then let's
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, thanks for sharing the info about the company. Basically, I have a two-part question. First one is, can you tell more about the online e-commerce part of your solutions? Because basically, let's say that's what's more interesting for our company, because we tried to get in touch with Paynt in terms of like online payments, but then never heard back. So
so you have unique opportunity. Yeah. So
yes, I'll be happy to
Just
speak.
message me on LinkedIn, and I'll cover the things. But apart from that,
No, and then basically to understand in more detail what you do, let's say outside of hospitality, in online space only. And then another question is, can you tell about the future development of the product? So you mentioned geographies like Germany, Austria, etc. But let's say, where are you looking to develop in terms of, I don't know, your horizontal scope and product line?
Thank you. Okay. So regarding the e-commerce, basically we are providing the e-com payment modules, and I wouldn't say it's somewhere like super different from the others in the market. Fees are good. We have long history with partnerships. So basically, if you're reselling our solutions, you can see all the revenue streams and your kind of merchant transactions as well, and all the revenue shares are visible in our Paynt portal. That's if you are selling our solutions. If you are end user, Yes, it's just like next day transactions and quite regular product. But when you put it together with POS, e-POS, or I don't know, unintended POS, that's kind of created more interesting because when you are working in both these directions, it's for you convenient to use our solution where you can see in one space all your transactions.
And which online space, which e-commerce sites you are servicing? So hospitality, it's more like for physical transactions.
Yes, hospitality is for tipping solution and payments, post payments is hospitality industry.
And online?
And online is for basically any industry who is.
So there is no like specific segment where you are targeting.
No, absolutely
okay.
No.
About products, I will keep that question a bit later because we will get to that. Yeah,
so it's interesting one.
So we will get, because that we have some devices to show as well. Yeah, so what Paynt is trying to build. Yeah, so that we will get there. But let's keep on with some other like key aspects. So one was you already mentioned that this tipping solution was kind of unintentional growth driver. Yeah, so maybe you have some other like things what you have seen, like what has enabled the success of Paynt, why you have been able to grow as you have grown.
Basically, tipping is currently our flagship, and it opens up for us new markets and new industries. I mean, let's say we're kind of talking just about the tipping, then let's say hospitality industry is not the only industry that receives the tips. Let's take hair and beauty, car repair services, etc., etc. And there's different tipping habits as well in different countries. Let's say we are not providing our solutions, or we are not going with our tipping solution in Scandinavia, where they don't have this habit to tip, or Japan, let's say, as well. Tips are not welcome there. But we are currently setting US market. To enter the US with our solution, we're building the infrastructure to provide with our, like we are calling it, one device, where we can do this split and replicate the cash movement. And US in tips, everything starts with, comparing to Latvia, everything starts with 20%. It's the smallest tip you can leave in US. Our Latvia data shows that most popular is 10-15%.
Okay, but without like tipping, so what else has enabled your growth? Yeah, so why, like tipping is quite recent growth. So you have already been in the market for a while. So how you have grown before the tipping solution?
As I mentioned before as well, we have a quite developed partnership flow. And we are focusing on resellers, and we're looking for partners who is reselling the payments, and we are delivering white labels and basically processing payments for our partners. And so I'm pretty sure you guys are using Paynt as a payment provider, like quite for a while. You just don't know it.
Okay, so it's one of the strategies was go through the partnerships, white labeling, that just give this like backend and everything.
Giving you opportunity to resell our payment services and have the share from the revenue. And the flow is developed very well, transparent, and our partners sees how the transactions of the merchant flows and what's the shares, what's the incomes. And everything.
Are you building everything in-house, or you are also outsourcing something from your technology stack and solutions?
No, everything is in-house, and if something is needed additionally, it's bought basically.
Have you seen?
Then we are buying it and integrating in our solutions, some models or whatever. The tipping solution as well, it was basically initially the partnership with the UK tipping platform, which had like a separate tipping solution, and we overtook this company and integrated the tipping solution into the payment flow, and that's how our kind of innovation was created.
Okay, do you see that in-house built solution is something that is advantage to you? Are you more flexible to provide something new?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely, because we can control all the process ourselves, and we see the directions where need to improve, or I don't know, create some new APIs and integrate in some other partner systems. it gives us full control on the flow.
Okay, so tell us more about Paynt's mindset, how you are approaching the product building. Yeah, so what's in your mind when you are thinking about products? So what's your like success to this or approach to this?
Yeah, basically it's product teams, constant brainstorms. We are in the market directly, so we have like instant feedback, and there's a kind of unlimited improvement.
Are you going your way, or you are listening to customers and then kind of implementing that, integrating that into the products, or how you see it? Or you have like already 5-year strategy, you want to be there, and then everyone else has to just adjust?
No, we have overall strategy, and you mentioned we will touch that question as well later a bit, but so what was...
Are you integrating the customer feedback into your decision making?
We are, of course. We have our solution, our limitations at the beginning, and when we started this business, and it ended with like quite a feedback from industry and improvements, and product is absolutely different, like comparing to one that was introduced 1.5 years ago.
Okay, let's jump then in the product line. So you have already like full flow of payments in-house built. So what's next? What you want to build on top of that? Unfortunately, we cannot show the whole product cycle what you have, yeah. But so it's acquiring. It's like the white label platform. It's everything included. The e-commerce. So where you are moving with your product line? So what's next for Paynt?
Next is basically our focus to tipping, because one of the directions is like this geographical expansion. But now that I can talk about the product development, that's the one more way how to kind of expand. Let's say currently what we are delivering, we do the payment and you can leave the tip. The next move would be like integration in EPOS solutions. Do you know, guys, what's EPOS? It's basically the let's say restaurant warehouse and overall management system with integrated cash register. And one way is to integrate there like directly with our solution. The other way is to create our own EPOS systems. We have some test drives at the moment as well in company. So basically we are creating the shop system as well with yeah.
I will pass this around so you can check how it looks. Maybe pay something there.
Yeah.
Make some tips.
That's actually currently it's a dummy. The real machines will be delivered by the end of the year, and we'll be expanding them on in the market.
But you are then creating also the hardware now, because before that it was software,
Yes.
right? And you were using the hardware from other like manufacturers. But I can see that there is like Paynt already brand, so you are going into the hardware full also there.
Yes. We were partnered with, and still we are partnered with PAX. With these terminals, you've seen them definitely if you are flying with Air Baltic or going to Jurmala by Vivi. They have same terminals. Basically, we are buying the terminals and delivering it to market. But the feature on top is, of course, this solution. And now that somewhere is this dummy branded one, where we will start to introduce our hardware.
Why you decided to go also in the hardware? Because it's extra layer of complexity to also manage the hardware like supply
but
chain.
we have a control on price as well. So kind of as we talk, as more we have in-house, as more flexible we are when we go into market.
So what is the end game of the Paynt? So you want to like hold all the payment chain with hardware, software, everything, and what to implement?
Yes, and we are basically adding one by one of these, and together with like geographical expansion into niches, it kind of delivers our growth.
Okay, so let's check some questions from audience. We have also questions from YouTube. It seems that some from legal team is looking also on our stream. So very specific question. It is interesting how Paynt is checking €1,425 limit per year since until this amount, gifts are free from tax?
In our case, I don't know how to translate it in English, but in Latvian it's called dāvinājums ar atlīdzības raksturu.
We will not
translate
translate it. Yes,
yeah.
sorry, we will not translate it. Yes.
So it's not like simple dāvinājums, it's dāvinājums ar atlīdzības raksturu, and it differs from the one mentioned in a comment. So in that case, there is 1,400 euros that you don't have to pay the tax on top.
If it's just a gift, yeah.
If it's just a gift.
Yeah,
in
but
our
with this
case,
specific regime.
in our specific case, you are paying tax from first euro.
Okay, but that was necessary to apply this model and
Yes,
be able, because just
you
gift
are
is not
receiving
possible.
you are receiving that gift while you are like.
Yeah, but just gift it's not
So-
possible, because that would be more beneficial for employee, just not to
There
be
is added
taxed.
service here, and of course, me as a private person, I'm giving the gratuity as a free will, and that defines the tip. Let's say if you guys see the service fee, when there is added mandatory service fee, it's not treated from the legal perspective. It's not treated as a tip. It's a business income because it's mandatory. Tip is only when you can choose whether you are leaving it or you can refuse to leave the tip, or even if it's service fee, then you have to have ability not to leave this service fee.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, but-
Actually, the person who was asking the question didn't mean gift.
Yep.
They meant donation.
Yep.
Why didn't you think about complexing this tip as a donation?
And I would say it's more like a legal battle, and I have full review from authorities in our legal team as well. But yes, kind of that's where we agreed with authorities that we are sitting in that tax regime, and everybody's happy on that case.
I guess there are a lot of specifics, so we
there
could
is
battle about
there
this.
is
Yeah.
specifics, and we have this tax explaining letter from Ministry of Finance and State Revenue Service that covers this topic.
So if someone can find a better that maybe you cannot like
Yeah,
tax this
we are
gift, then you
open to
can
discuss,
outcompete the Paynt maybe, yeah, or something.
Yeah.
All right, so we have next question also from the YouTube. So what strategies do you have for gathering customer feedback?
It's basically support team and our sales teams and retention teams who works directly with the merchants. And when you are when you are staff member of the venue where you are receiving the tip, you are onboarding to our Euract app. You're downloading and go through the whole onboarding, and then that's the place where you can leave feedback, and we are gathering it as well. I mean, we do the research, of course, testimonials, and et cetera, et cetera.
Are you doing focus groups?
Haven't done, but I mean, each time when our retention team is catching up with merchants, they're receiving some feedback or just thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right. Some maybe other questions from audience? Yeah, we have some here.
Hi.
Hey.
You changed from a different industry to the fintech. So what did you bring to this industry, and why did they hire you, and how?
Okay.
So what marketing guy from agency can bring
Yeah.
to the industry of fintech?
I would say my ability to kind of work in different fields, because I would say hospitality is not only it's when you are approaching hospitality industry, you need to have a fintech background, but you have to understand hospitality as well. And when you work in agencies, you are in parallel working and learning from your clients as well. So kind of I had this multi-profile directions and ability to work in different fields and different industries.
Were you applying to Paynt, or they headhunted you? So
I
what-
applied, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other question? Oh, yep.
Yeah, that's from me here. Thanks for coming here. We really appreciate it. So
Yep.
this is a class. So can you tell us some cases where Paynt has learned from its mistakes in developing its business proposition?
Good one.
Paynt doesn't make mistakes, right?
No, we do. I'm pretty sure we do. Just, yeah. Just like in a job interview. Name your three bad things you're not delivering. Tough one. Yeah.
Anything comes to the mind?
Not yet, but I can think over in parallel.
Yeah,
So
while
I
you're
could continue, and I'll come back to your
yeah,
question.
while
when
we
I
are thinking about
figured out
this,
something.
maybe you can actually, well, let's switch to the next is tips and tricks at all. So what you have learned about the fintech product building. So maybe you have some tips and tricks from your experience. So what you can share with students and listeners.
So basically, what's fintech overall? At least, let's say how to see the fintech industry. We are taking let's say, for example, we are taking one big retail bank, choosing one of their products and make it better. That's kind of fintech way of doing the things. And for example, Swedbank or Citadel or any other big banks, they're working in different directions. We are taking just one of the directions and trying to focus on innovate on top of that direction or product and make it just better and putting more features on top of this product. And that's how basically we're selling to retail or to hospitality industry simple payments. We are adding the added value product that is tipping, and it gives us ability to sell our core business product that is payments. So basically we are creating win-win with this added value product. We are selling our core product.
So your suggestion is to start the niche and try to build around the niche of the products, right? So the payments.
I like the niche.
Yeah.
Definitely like the niche, and that's where you are not always treated serious. While suddenly the guys run into our solution and understands that we are grown big, while no one saw us. Yeah.
Is Paynt thinking about like entering other like parts of the financial products, not only the payments?
It can be ecosystems, as I mentioned as well, and
It's still related to payments, but like
yeah,
something like
yeah.
I don't know, like lending or maybe
we have
investing.
some merchant lending products as well, and it's kind of one of the things that where we can have a new revenue streams. Let's say the more merchants, more venues starting to use our solutions. It's for us a bigger market to upsell our other products as well, because that's basically whole payment circle we are delivering to market. And it can be that the same merchant has e-commerce direction as well, or whatever.
So now the technologies are changing really fast. Yeah, so we have the artificial intelligence, the blockchain is coming. So how do you see these emerging technologies potentially will impact the future of Paynt? And have you already looked at something like how to leverage the AI or blockchain into the payment this tech stack?
During all the processes, AI is present, of course. Regarding the blockchain, we're just keeping an eye on what's going on. We are currently not working in that direction. We are careful with that, but as soon as it will land in retail more, we're going to be there, definitely. Yep.
But for now, you are going careful because you don't see that that's something you should like distract your focus.
That's currently is not supporting our core business or core direction. So that's not in our focus, but we are present.
Okay. Any other questions from audience as we are starting to wrap up? Yes, so we have several ones.
Yep.
So you see, like European is a very big market and every country has their own regulations.
Yes.
Every person is different in Europe, languages and these kind of things. So how are you planning to tackle these to expand in the pan-European market? And what are like plans for the next 3 years to like where do you see your company in the next 3 years?
So that's a good one. Basically, as I mentioned before, any new market we are opening with legal research, and not in every market we are fitting in. legally compliant. I mean, there's a different tax interpretations in countries, and one way is kind of to negotiate or deal with that country authorities and try to convince on legal compliance. That's a one direction, but it's quite time consuming and energy consuming. So there's enough space at the moment where we can open our business that is like straight away compliant, clear, and benefits all the parties I mentioned before. So staff, business, even state. Yeah.
How you are deciding which countries to look into that? Because legal is already afterwards.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what are your
so that's illegal, and of course we are checking the transaction fees or payment processing fees as well. How the market, how field is, how crowded is there.
So competition research you are doing as
yes, and you can enter market through the smaller cities as well. You don't have to go with like straight away to the capital of some country. Let's say if the London is quite crowded, then you can start with Birmingham, Manchester, whatever. Or if it's Dublin is crowded, you can go with Cork, with like Galway or.
So like in Germany, you don't go to Berlin, but you actually maybe go to some smaller and start there and
start
then
there,
just
create a track record, success story, testimonials, and then you can return to the big cities.
Okay, thank you.
You can, possibilities of scale is almost unlimited, and if you are like afterwards adding the new products on top of your current products, that's quite a way of expansion as well. So hard to say in a years where we're going to be, but it's definitely going to be hospitality industry and everything around the tips and payments. Yes.
You have found your unique way how to enter.
We feel confident and things are going well. Yeah.
Okay. One more question there.
One more.
Yes. As I understand, the dealing with shadow economics is not your main business, but still. I know that in Latvian rural areas there are people without passports, without banking accounts, but still they need to receive the money from those that live there and somehow use their services. So have you thought of some biometrical solutions for such cases? So how to pay to them and also pay the taxes or something like that?
I mean, at the moment when that kind of IDs will be legally compliant, we will start deliver in that case.
Currently
otherwise, it's if it's not legally compliant, then we can't service the staff member without any docs, IDs, etc. Yeah.
I have read, I think, in the book that is our mandatory literature, that there is like countries where people do have this issue without passports, without any official identity documents, and they have this ATM where they can send the cash to their relatives and receive it with some biometrical.
Electronic token.
Basically, if this biometrical thing is legally compliant in that country to prove ID, and it works as ID thing, then of course we can deliver that. Haven't heard it in European Union or North America, but
it's usually issue more in the Latin and African and those countries maybe where the underserved, underbanked population is much higher. So and also technology opportunities are.
We are not there, but who knows? It's market as well and a huge one. So might be a matter of time. And if that kind of stuff, as I mentioned, is legally compliant, then why not?
Okay.
Onboarding team.
Good.
Should be okay.
One question here.
Yeah.
Do you incorporate AI into your products?
I mean, if analytics support, of course, and support team, but not like in a product creation, like in service, analytical solutions and support.
Not in the core product somehow to figure out something, transaction routing or something like that.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One more.
So You talked about hardware, that your next expansion is going to be into hardware. What about software? For example, if you process payments, we know that only one bank, right now Swedbank, operates with the payment analysis. Is that something that you want to look into?
What do you mean, payment analysis?
The sectors in which, for example, cash transactions, because like restaurants always have difficulties with analyzing what kind of their expenses are. Are you able to analyze with payment this type of sector?
All the
merchant dashboard.
Yeah, we have this called Paynt portal where is all the analytics are available, and you can see all your transactions, and you can see in long term what's going on with your business. So yeah, everything is available. Yeah, but I'd say it's not only Swedbank who delivers that. It's quite common thing. It depends how quality is and how deep is analytics. As we are initially made as a partner-based company, then we created very transparent and clear analytics, and guys, you're doing the tips very well.
They're paying.
Yeah, they're paying.
Yeah, few more questions here.
Yep.
So when was the first mobile was introduced? There was stories on the internet that somebody is going through the train and collecting these tips through the pockets. How this impacts your business, or the customers are asking this, how you are avoiding, and do you have any frauds with your terminals, like who is going and collecting unlegal?
Fortunately, haven't heard any like suddenly collected tips and.
Is there some stigma around how this is working? So are people believing that actually this money is going to the waitresses and waiters, not that actually?
Basically, the waiters usually themselves, they're like explaining that they're gonna receive this tip, and visus tipus saņems darbinieki. We have stickers, load of different sales materials that proves to the customer that we are delivering the tips directly to the staff.
So employees actually interested to tell how it works?
Yes, absolutely. And we are explaining it to business as well, and we are present on all the important hospitality events as well, and not only supporting the associations, being members of or trade partners. We are like patrons of Restaurant Association of Ireland. We are in the UK hospitality. We are in Restaurant Association. We are Hotel and Restaurant Association in Latvia, same in Lithuania and Estonia. So we are going through these industry associations where we can talk directly with business owners.
What about abuse cases? So there hasn't been any fraud, like how someone tries to abuse the tipping mechanism, or that's something that is not happening?
That's what our analytic catches right away when there's some strange proportions in tips and bill. Let's say the bill and tip proportion looks strange. It's right away the research is done, and we talk with the merchant for explanation what happened. Let's say, for example, I'm happy to give one question to your audience. So what's the biggest tip received through the Paynt tipping solution? 3,000 euros, 6,000 euros, 9,000 euros, 12,000 euros.
All right, who thinks 3,000? 6,000? 9,000? You're crazy, guys. 12,000. Okay, the 9 and 12 was something.
So the answer is 9,000 euros. And of course, in that moment, all the red buttons were like blinking, and we were checking what's going on there. What is it? Some suspicious transaction? And it wasn't. Basically, it was like one super rich guy having the dinner in one of the Michelin restaurants here in Riga, and he was just rounding up the bill from 11,000 euros. The bill was 11,000 euros. He just rounded it to 20.
Yeah, those are great waitresses and waiters.
Yeah, that's quite that number surprises even our UK and Irish colleagues. So yeah, and it happened in Riga.
Only in Baltics. Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
Very similar question to just discussed about fraud. Do you also train kinda your employees or give
hints about kind of ethics about how to collect those tips, because I will give you context. Because now seeing this device, I think I just on Friday encountered this in pub, and actually this device was handed to me by please pay it, and there was just 3 buttons, 5, 10, 15, without any other options. So
no, there is, I'll show you, there is a button. No, thank you. There is a button,
yes,
the fourth
but it
one.
was named very strangely, kind of cancel transaction or something like that. So it was kind of, I would call, very unethical from those employees.
No. In our case, there is a clear button that says "Ne paldies," and you can go with that one. Of course, you always might run into some like super pushy waiter with like American way of thinking about the tips, but we are teaching our staff members or our members to do it in a polite way, and if we're dealing with, let's say, Michelin restaurants as well, that's part of the service the staff delivers, so they will never push you. They're just explaining that there is no option, let's say, to leave the tip, or otherwise just leave the machine on a table with this screen where you can push the skip and pay yourself.
Yeah, or round up from 11,000.
Or round up, yeah.
All right, the last question. Yes, please.
I have a question. If you compare from a tipping point of view, in Baltic is very popular QR codes as well for the wait. How you compare your solution versus QR solution?
Oh, there's a super long question actually, because there's different sides of QR codes. We are delivering ourselves QR code solution in UK as part of our product groups. Let's say Pizza Hut delivery in UK is using our QR codes for like receiving the tips, but apart from that, we see that there is no connection between this waiter and the customer. In that case, when you leave the option just to scan the QR code, and there is some older age people being the customers, they sometimes are struggling to enter your bank card details under the QR code, and it's super easy to make the fraud, because you can create this tipping solution yourself as a fraud like in like 10 minutes. You can just put your sticker on a table in any restaurant, and you will never know if you're using the restaurant's QR code or some third-party pirate, whatever, bad guy.
So you just see that this is more seamless way how to do the tipping.
Absolutely, yes, and it's kind of clear way and super easy, yeah.
All right, and now the last question.
Thank you. It was very interesting, and my question is about the US market, because I think we can consider it is the biggest one for you because of the population and because it's usually they are paying highest tips comparing to Europe. So what is the size of American market in your share on this market, if you have any understanding? Thank you.
Basically, currently we are focusing on setup of the product. Basically, we're to have ability to do this split and deliver the payments. And we will start small, as always. We have office in Connecticut. It's basically the New York region, and we will start there. So we're not like setting any KPIs at the moment. We're going to start with a partnership, and we'll go not as direct delivery, but through the partners, and it depends how the partner work will go on. Of course, the product develops as well, and while we are setting everything ourselves, we are creating the tipping APIs where we can provide some other payment services with ability to integrate the tips if we don't want to go directly ourselves in that market. So there's like different directions.
All right, so just to summarize our discussion today, it was really insightful and a lot of questions. So there will be networking afterwards. We will be able to catch and get some partners. Yeah. So, but if you were to give like one piece of advice for someone who wants to start to build a fintech company today, what would it be and why?
No, I'd say the super good expression is devil in the details. And in that case, we are taking simple tipping industry or tipping market, and we can create from that simple thing, we can create something new, something interesting. We have a lot of awards as well, just because of this solution itself. We have a Merchant Payment Award and innovation categories showing this and introducing this product. And I mean, focus on details. There's so many opportunities on your way where you are passing by while you're thinking on some big crowdy markets, big crowdy products as well. I mean, try to find some niche where less crowd and yes, succeed.
So small detail can change the product development, right?
Absolutely, yeah, and open like a lot of opportunities, yeah.
Great. So, guy from Ireland came to Latvia, bought Lithuanian ME, and built together with Jānis quite big business so far, and they're building. Thank you very much, Jānis. Good luck, Paynt.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, just
it was
before
awesome chat.
Yeah, just before we jump into the networking, I just want to mention that next FinTech Close-Up will be on 15th of October from 4 p.m. till 5 p.m. with Jānis Blumfeld, CEO of Erste Finance. It will happen in Kīpsala, so everyone is welcome. It's Wednesday, so everyone is welcome to participate and hear from Erste Finance. Thank you very much. See you next time.